Good morning, Loganites.
Hey.
So, I'm here to tell you about the time that we tried to get sold a timeshare. So, I'm a businessman. I like good business. And I thought that if timeshares have been around this long, then they had to make some sort of financial sense, right? No. So the way this ended up happening was we were at the hotel, and the concierge called us and said, "Hey, would you like to make $150 by going to a presentation?" And I'm like, "Well, how long is it? An hour and a half." So for an hour and a half of time, we each get $75.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good, and you get a huge discount to go to a luau.
Which we were going to go to anyway, so it was really like making $210.
Yeah.
Because we got like $60 off of our luau.
Yeah. So actually we got $40 each off.
Oh, so more. Yeah.
So it was like making like a good bit of money just because presentation. And
plus we were sunburned, so we wanted to do something inside.
Yeah, so it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
So like I said, I was interested to see what the financials actually were on a timeshare because it has to make good business sense if it's been around this long, right?
Now, I knew what a timeshare was. Logan didn't know what a timeshare was.
I knew what a timeshare was. I just didn't know how much it cost.
I knew how much it was going to cost.
So anyways, all right, so the setup is we go over to, we're staying in Waikiki at this amazing Airbnb that we got for super cheap. So like everything included, we're paying less than $1,000 to stay in here for 10 days.
For 10 days.
Yeah. Okay, so amazing deal.
That's with taxes, cleaning fee, everything.
Everything included. Okay. So I go into this thing going, okay, so we go to this beautiful, like, what is it? What's the name of the company?
Oh, it's Wyndam.
Wyndam.
Oh, but also we really thought it was going to be like 30 people in a room.
Yeah, we thought it was
giving a spiel.
Yes. What it was a one-on-one with us two, and the one guy, his last name was Trout. You suck, dude. Giving us a spiel about what it is. So he starts off like any good businessman and starts talking about the island and how we are and getting to know us on a personal level. Okay? Okay, did a pretty good job. Okay? Then he starts explaining it to us. And he starts talking about how it's based on a point system. It's not like the old timeshares where a timeshare used to be, you get this condo
this week, one time a year.
Yes.
You can't change it.
And you can't change it, and how awful that used to be. Then he starts saying, like, when you go with Wyndam, you get a certain type of luxury. It's not for people that want to stay in hostels. It's not for people that don't expect that kind of luxury on vacation.
And then what was he said something like, because they don't want to rough it.
Rough it. Or they don't want to be lacking.
Well, he said rough it, too.
Did he say rough it?
Yeah, and I, like, kind of cut my eyes at you like, this guy does not understand that we will straight up stay in a hostel.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever.
So he gives us this whole spiel about how great it is. There's, like, thousands of locations around the world. And then he says
900,000 people in there, some crap.
Yeah. And it's an exclusive Wyndham club, okay? And when he found out that we were staying in a Wyndham through an Airbnb, he was like, oh. His whole attitude kind of changed a little bit, okay? And they did qualify us as potential buyers by asking us if we made over $60,000 a year.
Which is, that's not nothing, but for what these guys were going to be asking of us, I was like, you should have asked if we made like $150,000
or $200,000. So, okay. And then he says, all right, so y'all go on vacation, okay? How long are you staying here? I was like, we're staying here 10 days. He goes, y'all got a studio? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, so that's going to cost about $150 a night. And I'm like, false. I don't know what we're spending a night.
Less than 100.
Less than 100 a night. And this amazing view. Okay.
And I think that's where part of it was like he assumed we were going to spend so much every night.
Yeah, exactly. So he goes, we're going to spend $150 every night for a week. Then he takes that and extrapolates it out, okay? So he says you're going to spend like $2,000 a year over 20 years and then adds in interest on that money, okay? And then comes up with a number of like $150,000.
Yeah, it was like 127.
And he goes, that's the money I'm competing for is that 127. So if you buy in now, you don't lose that money.
And after 20 years, everything will be free.
And after 20 years, everything will be free. And he kept saying that, and I was like, okay, like...
Okay, what's the catch?
Yeah, like he still hasn't put any other numbers to it.
It's all magic dollar numbers. They're point system.
Yes. So then he takes us across the street to this beautiful, amazing, outrageous condo. Like
2 stories inside of a hotel.
Yes.
Like, you go in to your door, and there's like a floor, and then there's stairs in there to go upstairs.
Amazing.
Very
beautiful.
unrealistic, though. Very
and it says this place will cost you...
The first one, it was going to cost like 500 to 600,000 points.
Yes.
For a week.
Which was the biggest, beautifulest, right?
No, it was the first one. It was just a 2-bedroom. And we were like, okay.
Okay. All right.
It wasn't 2 stories. But we were like, okay.
Well, then we go to the next one, and he's like, this is 1,000,000 points Christmas week. It's the most expensive ever be. No, then he said that, like, low times of the year, that would be 500,000 points.
Yeah, and I was like,
okay. All right, 500,000 points.
What's a point worth? Like, we're trying to get him to be like, cut to the chase, what's the point worth?
Yeah, like, give me some numbers,
$1.
okay? So
we'll talk about that when we get back.
Yeah, we gotta pull it up on the system.
Yeah.
So we came back, and so I'm gonna be real with you guys. I should have at an hour and a half just walked away.
And that's what the lady here
minutes.
said.
Yeah.
The lady who sent us on it, when I told her that he ran over, she was like, you should have just left. I was like, ugh. But the best part is, like, he goes, okay, well, I'm going to go get some figures written down for you guys. What point system would you like to look at? I was like, well, I mean, if we're going to do it and do what we want to do, then look at the 1,000,000 and look at 500,000.
That's what we want, because we want to be able to take a month of vacation a year.
A year, yeah. Or it's not worth it for us.
Yeah, exactly. So I either want it to be what I want it to be, or I don't want it at all.
So it was very funny because he walks away to go in this little thing, and Logan just turns and looks at me, and like the look in his eye was like, I mean, I get it.
It's a cool system.
And I went, baby, you know they're gonna ask for like over $100,000, right? And he went, what? And I was like, this is basically you're mortgaging vacations. And he went, no, there's no way.
So the guy came back and he sat down, he opened up a binder, okay? And in the binder, it's like 300,000 points. And I'll pull it up here so y'all can see it, okay? Because I took pictures. Because I couldn't believe what I was saying.
Disbelief.
I honestly couldn't believe what I was saying. She was talking more than I was, because I was just like running the numbers in my head, and I'm like, oh my God.
That was the look on his face. I was like, please don't be rude.
Oh my God. I couldn't say anything. All right, so 300,000 points cost you $79,500. Okay?
And either you can pay that or you can mortgage it, basically.
Yes. And that's with a down payment of minimum of...
Yeah, if you want to mortgage that
$23,000.
You put down 23, and then how much... It depends on the percentage rate, but that would mortgaging cost you what?
$1,000 a month.
A month with a monthly keep up fee of like $175.
Okay. So we wanted 1,000,000. Okay. So we'll just start at so 1,000,001 was the basic one. Okay. And I'll just let y'all take a quick look at those figures. Okay?
And that's how you get put in like the VIP right there.
So Paul's here, if you want to see it. Then he comes out with 1,000,001. He goes, if you want 1,000,000 points, that's the price. The total price is $291,500 of money. The initial deposit is $87,000.
Gotta have that.
And then the monthly installment is $3,680. That's the money that's just going to pay down your mortgage.
Essentially.
The monthly upkeep that goes to nothing.
Every month.
Just every month.
If you paid in cash the $200,000, you would still owe every month. How much?
$634.
Just to keep it afloat.
Now, to be fair, immediately we saw that and I was like, whoa. He goes, well, now because you're here today, we can cut a deal. And he cut off 50% of the mortgage cost. So
because we're first time buyers.
So the purchasing price would have been like $150,000-ish. Okay, so it makes the down payment $40,000. $40,000 down payment. Okay, and then the monthly interest would have been like, what is that, like $2,000? But the upkeep doesn't change on those points.
So that's the funniest part, is Logan was so worked up, right? And I could tell he was worked up, he was quiet. And then I was like, I'm going to be nice. And he laid that piece of paper down, and I saw that it was going to cost $654 a month. And I said, we're done here. We're done. we're done here. And Logan was like, and the guy was scrambling, and I was like, no, we're done. We're not paying $600 and something a month just to keep this afloat.
Yeah.
Nah, we good.
Yeah.
And that is when he got rude.
He got rude with us, okay? And he goes, what did he say? What did he say first?
He tried to tell you. You said, listen, I get 7% on my investments.
I said, for my safe investments.
Safe.
My safe investments, I make a minimum of 7% a year. Okay, that doesn't cost me anything to make that money.
It's literally, there's no, like, giving anything up. That's just an investment.
Yeah.
So,
and he goes, with this, you don't have to sell anything. I'm like, for that, I don't have to sell anything. That, I'm not selling anything. That's 7% profit every year, and that profit grows every single year.
And then he was like, well, and he tried to take like a silver dollar out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he took us. That motherfucker had it ready to go.
I was like,
he took a silver dollar out, and he goes, "This is a silver dollar." You know how much?
He goes, "Do you know what this is?"
He goes, "You know what this is?" I'm like, "Yes, that's a silver dollar." He goes, "It's a 1923 silver dollar."
I love how he asked, "Do you know how much it's worth?"
Yeah, and I go, $30.
Funny, we just priced one.
Yeah, and he goes, and it was actually $30.
It was.
And he goes, it costs $24. I'm like, okay.
30, but whatever.
So he goes, you could sell this right now, and I'd have $30, or you could hold it and it could increase in value. I'm like,
Maybe.
Number one, you don't understand investments.
Not at all.
Okay, because you're trading commodities, not investments. There, now you're not investing in businesses that make you money. So then he tries to say that this timeshare is like buying a real investment that produces cash for you every year, which is the points.
But all right, let's break it down. This is what's really going on. Okay. You're buying Monopoly money.
Yeah.
You're buying Monopoly money for one price. And then as you play the game, other people can join and the Monopoly money can go up or down. It's all fake.
Yeah.
It's literally all fake.
And you're
so
paying
at some
a lot
point
of money
you could
to play.
say, you know what? I'm done playing Monopoly. I'm going to cash in. You don't know if they're going to pay you for the money.
Yeah.
You have no idea. And that's when you said.
And I asked at one point.
You said, "Can I sell this back?
Yeah.
What's it going to be worth?
Can someone buy me out?"
He was like, "Well, it just depends on the market. If it's an up or down market."
He didn't give me any percentage points or anything.
There's no guarantee.
And let's just start off with, if you take 50% off the price from the jump without me having to negotiate anything, there's no value in it at all to me.
And we can't stop talking about it. This was yesterday at this time yesterday, and literally like. It
blows my mind that something like that still exists and can exist with all the information that's out there.
And my thought is like, honestly, for real, if it had been $20,000.
I mean, okay? For 1 million points.
It would not have really been that out of the blue to me.
No,
I would have been like, you know what? Maybe we'll consider that.
Yeah.
Like,
that honestly was in my head. I was like, $20,000.
Because even if you like mortgaged that off and paid it off over 5 years.
And then upkeep of like.
Had $60 a month.
Well, I could sell like $100 a month upkeep.
But that's the thing. Like.
To be able to stay in Hawaii.
It was a feasible idea.
Yes.
It was. But it was the numbers that were so crazy to me. And then he has the audacity to be mad at us and goes, well, how much did you think it was going to cost? And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. And you know what I keep going back to? That I should have said then.
You should have said it.
I should have said it then.
We were in such disbelief.
I know. They scalped us.
They got us.
They asked us to go and paid us to be there.
Paid us $150 to be there. Cash that we spent to go to the luau.
What do you mean? What did you think it was going to cost? I didn't ask to be here.
Mm-mm.
You're lucky I sat the 90 minutes.
And you know, all right.
Now I'm mad.
So
I'm getting worked up again.
Yeah. All right. So I just want to put this out here. Okay. Let's do the quick math on it. Okay. So what we say, 300,000 for 1,000,001 points. He took 50% of the price off the top. Okay. All right. So 150,000. If I had that in cash, and making 7% on it a year, so times 0.07, that's $10,500 a year that I'm getting that doesn't cost me any. Not including the $600 a month that they want in upkeep.
But that's the thing. Let's say all we did off of $150,000 was take the 7% in vacation with it every year.
Yeah.
We could spend almost $11,000 on a vacation every year.
Yeah. Which we looked it up sitting in the meeting. I was like, what would it cost? He looked it up,
yeah.
What would it cost to stay in an Airbnb for a month? Like, because they do the month stays.
Because this is only hotel.
This is only hotel.
Nothing else.
Yeah. So what would a month stay cost in a house? So it was like a small house, like a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. Okay.
Yeah.
Like $1,600 on the cheap side, $2,400 on the high side.
We could stay here for 3 months for $10,000.
Yeah.
It is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And here's the thing. We're not saying, oh my God, we figured out this is the dumbest thing ever. It's just...
It is.
Mind-boggling. No, it's just mind-boggling that this is even still a thing.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand how they actually get people.
The only way I could see this feasibly happening is if you just have millions of dollars and you don't want to deal with anything and you want someone else to plan your shit for you, you just do this. And then they plan it all for you.
But
it's
weren't
a bad
planning
investment.
anything. They
What I'm
weren't
saying is
planning
it's a bad
anything.
investment as well. But I'm saying that's the only way. I think that's the only way this is still happening. And plus, I don't even believe their numbers are real. I don't believe those numbers are real. They showed us like this big screen of like 20 awards, and like he was like, and these are our awards,
Yeah.
and I was like, how do we know they're even real? And
Well,
then at
you
the
said one of
bottom,
them were what?
well, this was the funny part to me. I looked at it, I was like, oh wow, they're on Fortune 500, and then I looked down, it said for like Latina females, and I was like, are there even 500 companies that are for Latina females? I don't even know. Like, that sounds like a fake award. And I was like, huh. The only thing he saw that was legitimate was like
U.S. News. U.S. News.
But the thing is it USA News? Did they put U.S. News on there? Or did it say USA News? It may not even be a real award.
Or they could just put the sticker on there.
I don't know. And then he was like, well, 900,000 people can't be wrong. I was like, that's a fucking lie.
Obviously.
900,000 people can be wrong.
Obviously they are. Obviously they are. And I should have known.
Do you know how many people are in the world? 900,000 people? That's what you got?
I should have known that it was going to be an issue because I have not come across timeshares being any kind of
Like
good
lucrative at
investment
all.
in any of the like reading I've done. Like, it's never come up in anything. And now I understand because it is such a joke. It's such a joke. I'm gonna be honest. Wyndam, y'all are wrong for doing this. Y'all are wrong for even operating as a company. I don't understand how your employees can work for you and feel good about it for what you're charging people to do what you do.
And what I really wanted to say too is, like, all that money is going to bullshit like this. It paid for our luau. That's what your investors are paying for.
Yeah.
Is us to come and sit through there and be like, what the hell? And leave. And then the guy was like, oh yeah, well we have like, you know, what was it he said? People that come in and like make sure they're doing good at their job.
Oh, he goes, y'all aren't, well, they called them secret shoppers and
Yeah, so you're going to
Kroger.
pay for secret shoppers?
to come in there.
So that's what you're paying for? That, like, how much does that guy make?
That's a better question.
Because I'm like...
You're paying his salary. I was like, y'all got to cut the fat out of this company. It could be a good deal. It really could. You got to cut the fat out of this shit, though.
If you paid, like, base price $20,000.
Yeah.
20 to 60. Let's say the really good investors that have the really good places to stay. Base 60.
Yeah.
Grand. And then
Okay.
a decent upkeep charge. That could totally be feasible.
Yeah.
But you are kidding yourself if you think that requiring a minimum of $60,000 as a couple and then having the audacity to be like, oh, but the minimum you can buy in is for 300,000 points.
Yes.
That's crazy. And then another thing. Did you know that Logan, being 25 years old, making as much money as he does with all his investments, wouldn't even be allowed to purchase it?
Or they wouldn't give him the meeting.
They wouldn't have even given him the meeting until he's 28. That right there says something's wrong. That should have been a red flag. Any company that doesn't want to make money on someone who's 21 to 28, something's not right. If they've got the money, why can't they pay for it? That stuff pisses me off. That pisses me off. It's age discrimination, and I'm not a fan of it. It is.
Yeah. All right.
Take that to the bank.
So, moving forward, the next time that we do this, because we're gonna do this again for free stuff.
Hell yeah.
Obviously we're gonna do this again.
Dude, I think next time we should try to get them more mad.
I do agree. But like, so, all right, so next time, I'm thinking we come in and I'm going to say, hey, look, you've paid for an hour and a half of my time. When you go over a minute over, I will be walking away. That is the first rule, and I will stick to that.
Do you damage?
Number two, the last time I did this, the guy misled me, never waited too long to get to the numbers. I'm a numbers guy. Do your best to sell me. Hour and a half, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And then in an hour and a half, we will leave with our money because they give you the money on the front end.
Yeah.
Like, I stayed because I wanted to see the numbers. I did.
I just thought it was so funny because I am so non-confrontational. And when he showed me $600 a month, I was like, we're done here.
Yeah.
I got up.
And then, like, so, like, I told him like the investment stuff. No, I got it first.
Yeah, because you were at the end of the table.
No,
I was moving to get
No,
up.
I was like, I got up first. I still got up first.
Yeah, because you were at the end of the table.
No, because I talked about the investments, and I was like, this is a bad investment. He was like, and I was like, we're leaving.
And then he goes, listen, dude, do you want me to take some paperwork or something? He goes, no.
He was legitimately butthurt. I was like, you want me to take like your card or anything? He's like, no,
Yeah.
you can leave. And I'm like,
Oh,
I
we will
sure,
leave with our $150.
Yeah, I sure can leave.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Anyway, adventures in real
Paradise.
estate? I don't know.
That was so crazy. That was so crazy.
God.
All right. Now you know.
Oh, wait. One more thing.
Okay.
So then also, on top of all this money, okay? Think about that. All that freaking money. We could easily find a place that would require like 200,000 more points. And then you have to pay for that. You have to pay for it.
Yeah.
On top of that.
Mm-hmm.
And the best part is like when we calculated it out on the one that we were in, and we're like, oh, okay, if we had 500,000 and we needed 300,000 more points, it would cost us like almost $700 just to rent the place.
Yeah.
On the top of it being our rental for the year. Stupid. Anyway, one more way to grab more money.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway.
Loganites. Don't go to the meetings, but know the numbers are ridiculous.
Yeah,
like
don't
just
fall
know
for
the
it.
numbers are ridiculous. $150,000 to be able to stay in Hawaii for maybe a month.
And not be even a great place, because they
Maybe.
showed us some stuff that I was like,
Whoa.
no, they showed us some stuff.
like
Like we looked at Gatlinburg because we wanted to see like prices, and I was like, this looks like it's from the 1980s, and you're telling me I'm paying like $3,800
yeah,
for a week of this,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's awful. You know, it's
Now you
out
know.
there.
Now you
PSA. For public service now. But, all right.
what? Are you mad because I'm messing with your hair?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Remember, Loganites, keep your corn on the cob.
And don't fall for that shit.
Don't do it. Oh my God. But go get the free stuff.
We're all about free stuff, clearly.
An hour and a half, cut them off.
We're done here.
Mwah.